4.7 Asempa FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumedie no asoguso a otie na dofo no yema munyina akwa aba esan edam asese matwen yen yama yakọ aba make say bedwafo no etna se intie de ye discussion segment no ehhye so anesa said the American akano James Kwabena Bonfair Kamal Dean Abdullah Bernard Enim PSA impanyifo ni ene won edi enkomo we say I support the banning of excavators and all mining equipment. We can't continue to tolerate this wicked act. And Galamsey now. Greetings to Pastor Seth Quarting, head pastor of the Apostles Continuation Church in Hamburg, Yao Berema Dompre, Hamburg, Germany. And I believe you've taken this position after seeing the video you show Emamu Ehuyeno. That video is terrible. Is really terrible. Good afternoon, Obi. Kindly wish Hussein Soronim, Zongo Kokos coordinator, Kwetiai, happy birthday for me. That's from Dallas and Poma William. And on the way up. Dallas, thank you. This one says
Ekosiisen on Asempa
that, hi Obi, it's a fact that under the NDC regime, prices of fuel and the exchange rate were far less. Okay, I think you came through. PK in Elembele, and now the message way by me came out. This one says that, good afternoon, Obi. Watching the video, I feel sad. The town has really been exposed to any possible heavy storms since there are no trees to abate or break the winds. Into farmlands, basically, have been destroyed, and very soon, economic life in these towns is surely going to increase. And they shouldn't blame government for that, since food and potable water are going to be transported to those areas at a cost. The place really look like how pigs destroy land during rainy seasons. Obi, the question is, how quickly are we going to reclaim these lands for cultivation, get our waters clean again, and at what cost? Kwejo Edu say, Akim Oda. Obi, this Galamsey fight is a shared responsibility, and it's a fight to save our future that needs our full support. But we should also be cautious. Our actions don't bring upon us needless judgment debt. This Ethiopia Parado is acting out of bad faith. Obi, there is more to this story than he's telling Ghana. Farouk Tema. Fusaini Salifu is in Kaswa Zango, and he says, come to think of this, a town with a population of 1,005 drink from one common river. 3.3% of the 1,500 population are spoiling the very river they all use because of Galamsey activities. Now you're saying we should allow the 50 Galamseyers, which is just 3.3% of the population, to continue spoiling the water because that is where they draw their livelihood. What about the remaining 1,450, which is the 96.7% of the population, who also use the river for farming, domestic activities, and industrial purposes? You guys should better stop the flimsy reasons. Look, the excavator should be bent today, tomorrow, and forever. The exercise should continue unabated. Galamsey is a crime against humanity. Fusaini Salifu. Obi, I sent this message to a sister station earlier today. Permit me to repeat it here. Does the Ghana Police Service use pistols of armed robbers when they are caught? It is illegal for soldiers and policemen to kill, but these same operatives have the right to kill when there is war. We have declared war on Galamsey, and soldiers have the right to save our lands and water bodies. I'm fully in support of the banning of all excavators and chamfines that are used to destroy our water bodies, forest reserves, and lands by illegal miners. Those who don't understand should exercise their democratic mandate and go to court. Samuel, Brian, Boabin, and on the way up. This one says, please, Obi, yes, we all agree people are on the water, but that is not to say all miners are on the water. Only 1% of miners are on water. So talking as if everyone is on the water is neither here nor there. I don't blame you and your passion for the water bodies. It's just that lawyers are not miners, and they will see everything about mining as destructive. Mr. Kwam in Pristia. Also, Yuma Chancellor said they have the technology to bring back the water to its original state. My question is, why has the ministry not engaged them? Mr. Kwame Pristia. Mr. Kwame, I'll reserve my comments for now. But let's come back. Let me welcome my guest in studio.
Ekosiisen
James Kwabena Bonfe. Akwaba na apom to saying.
Yenya nyame de ye kwache fina mafio.
Me hu acha dodo.
Ba say ya na ye boko achiri kakra. Obu adwuma. Ya na kasa hu hia.
Yes.
And the hia because the person said the beka no ne dodo na no ye de osebe ye oyo.
Yes.
Me fi say no na haye bebre ye mamu ase. Ye kasa but I say ye kasa na ye kanipi no. Ye kana sa keke. Eno na ya ase nipa ni bi penny din ya no more than no. There's a lot of talking going on in Ghana. No way. And now be kase yen kasa. People are talking.
So the narrative around culture of silence, no?
No, and you should read that text very well. I've read the venerable man's speech.
You mean
Sir Sam Jonah?
Sam Jonah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've read. I have it.
Read it. He never said what people.
No. He never said that. If I may even quote, now I am clear. I don't think he said.
He never said that.
Yeah.
But this country, and of course, Mami can ye say, and your mind in Kwa. If we are seeing a woman, Brea, you woman, Nipa Pinia Dajia, ye better your boy tear dear walker. Ntimi kasa impo otwam na sa otise kwabrabo fe na kasa why na adwende da kwabna de say de 2020 yet so ye campaign makofo ado nti ono de na obekasa e biti akofo ado nti de obeka bia obe support na say bi kra de obi ka say me campaign makofo ado de na ma ye MPP am so different issues me nye MPP ni but you see ya adwene nti say de okay but to pass na kind ye look already issues pa say we media discussions ya na party nti some purpose say ya kakra yenka media intolerance what can was some wom nti me feel say rather no
because I think his point was the people are silent based on a more personal.
But he didn't even say that people are silent. I think the point he was making is that we aren't saying the things that we ought to be saying.
We ought to be saying.
It means that your discussion and you're properly focused. In some way, say you can no. Obi akasa oka the best 7 interest. But
course.
As I say, you need a trust interest level near a higher national interest. They're all canon.
Yeah.
Train ADC born or can people should read that text very well. So and you see, the media intolerance. Media intolerance. Because who could a mic? Even the executive hasn't got that. Minister Ansana Obenya Kwanya Beyina no Hanmono. Now what run you show no go? Obi, go on the internet right now. Apart from NCA licensed media houses, Nashe unlicensed. You don't need license. Technologically focused platforms are Ekasama Ghana.
TV stations on YouTube into
individual YouTube channels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kona kore nsema nkrofo keka ho. Nti ye den obi akwa insinuate kra say culture of silence. It is not. It is rather the problem of discordant noises. Discordant noises, misplaced kind of misinformation. Media house kasa. Now no me share ibi about me alma mater University of Cape Coast.
Yeah.
Omo resource center bi wo we dey
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
UTV friends news
item from there.
Say the project was started by President Mills and President Mama. It's a lie. University of Cape Coast PR section I issue statement. I clarify say university no and Ekosiisen resource center. Say omo dey ye what the campus.
Okay.
But ye dey ye biaye bia one ma research masters any PhD for on betumi akope baabi ahye kodɛ asua wo mo ade atwotwo mo no mo twa any suapon no so lecturers e bia retreat no me ade o mo de akwakoye na ye university na sika and all day yes ade no university na efa contractors but university is a public institution until oya bibia say efa public processes until any contract or any award system e wo mi or any public procurement for na ye ho asamaba of course enya asem papa say edan ni besi on my problems aba ho but who can now koka say eya aban campus a wasidi ama university no ena aban be ba so ena aban ne ba so no wagya ma de ne da ho no na yesay a won kan no kre
but was that how the news was framed?
Yes, I have the video and I've tried to even engage at a certain level. So you see, we need to be very careful. Where our problems will be or memoir. Obi, I've been in a certain process, agitations, demonstrations, my ABR. But I'm telling you, why you fast so ye near money beyond sa or man we say. You better call around in circles, kasa na sebi and you focus no. And I say entry and kusi be a yes say the correct kasa twa e ho sa Professor B enwu be a watch on Professor Emmanuel Lati Philip Tetelai.
Okay.
Forward no by Emmanuel Yate Amugilati. Patriotism and Nation Building. Obi, read this. As far back as 1943, June 8, 9, and 10. If you mamu sermons or watch Motor College. Any Siapon ahodo wo Ghana ha. Nsema o keka ye. Efa oman yi chichire ne yentete ye ho ne campaigns and e koso. We are having a rehash of some of them. You see what you?
Plus a chance, plus a mem shows. French was said the more things change, the more they remain the same. I was plus sa chance,
Ekosiisen on
change. I can't say French more. Change. Plus a mem shows.
There's a Latin phrase. Is it tempora? I'll get it.
Okay.
Basically, it's saying that time changes and changes with man.
Okay.
So it kind of opposite this. No problem. As I say, braces. But unfortunately, the late physicist, professor of physics, physicist Stephen Hawking, or see the history of mankind. She say much of it has been stupid. Men don't learn from history. Sometimes there's a lot of reason to believe we don't learn from history. You know, Obi, I'm sure say
Mate
the issues are the people come buy
we say a lot. Mamema Alhaji Kamal Din Abdullah in Swakwa Banafe Yemrani Emeshasi any enkomo Alhaji Akwa Bana pom to saying
Obi the Yamiase me ho ya papa and I pay nipa ko round sa
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Say na me nua kan no em say kasa na ya doso me kasa na ya doso we should back whatever we say with actions. Social media I say creating Ghana for nko the twa nkofo ada pa ye de kan sema ye ni ho nsema ye mfa puntu bia emreye na obi ti din baby so na o na nke o say yesi o ko bisa na ono akasa okasa kura no ntini o kan ase with a great of respect we enkamia say we are becoming a talking nation and no so no it wouldn't help us. Media you are there and your duty is to disseminate information and maybe educate us and by extension entertain us. No. Na yenuma ye timamofo no ana amanfo no ayete oman mu no. I said e beka bia no. Yemfa nye djuma. Eja me betena ha na me ma efutuo bia. E bia yenye clean. Yenye say, yensuro nyame, yenye pepe ma pepe yenye djuma. Of course, it's supposed to reflect in the way I do my things. But unfortunately,
Ekosiisen on Asempa
I see minimal of that. Mean can say yehu here. because 64 years down the line, we made read there. Kakrebi kra, yeah, no. But I believe we could have done more. Of course, Anya Hikrano, okay, those days, na bicycle, papa bicycle, mawa. Hey, I said, now you're king of community. Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
We are quite more bicycle. You were the king.
More bicycle, a top ball.
Hey, a top ball, mawa. Ubuti mi fukran for what time ball. Give no cry upon. I mean, today. Akola what if you are him here cry 1 year, 2 years. Ball cry who cry now on cry.
Is it our tablet or TV?
Or tablet or TV game near that. So Anya here cry, we've gone a bit, you know, from where we were. But you say more. As a casano yard also to do. I me for near Minua Kabila Kayen or so. Obi, again, we are the only people I which ma correct you. Se Kamal ya dia enya. Wona also onya kukudro e ka kire me. E woni die mu. There's a way I be ka kire me and me correct it and I massacre. Na se oba say bia ma me disgrace no. Ma me say the din. Now ka say oh correct no. Of course you are not correcting the person, but you are rather damaging him. And in so doing, he will not even listen to your advice. Nti wa ka say me ko correct e bia Kamal ne eni ni suban a e bia oda ni di no. Then of course you should do it with some dignity and respect. Yes, answer a bit man boy pa. With a great respect, Obi asempa mo ye bi. And you continue to do better. Especially by questions I would tell beside there. Hey, I think I'm yet to see Obi our contest too. You know, so the media, yes, you've played your part and you are still playing. But I can say yen no man so ayenya akonya betina hanom no. Yen sua more better research. Better references I be make I'll be so what if ya or with my fa ababi free mo say be a free hakra na ekwa abonte or shower or say come look and say and all the way crack and one kebeboa because wisdom is not in a single man's head. I believe those also listening have a lot to contribute for us to move. So we need to build a nation, we need to fix our country, but indeed by so doing we must fix our mindset and attitudes.
Yeah, that's Kamal Dean Abdullah. And I'm and Kana Inti. Somebody just sent me a quote. Elder Amos Kelvin and from Umberto Eco. What's in the day there, James? Umberto Eco. Or say, quote, social media gives legions of idiots the right to speak when they once only spoke at a bar after a glass of wine without harming the community. Then they were quickly silenced. But now they have the same right to speak as a Nobel Prize winner. It's the invasion of the idiot.
Well, I want to agree with him to an extent. Until I make say the abuse of social media goes in line with what he's saying.
Yeah.
What you say. But if it's used with some amount of responsible approach.
Yes.
I don't think this quote would be relevant.
Will suffice.
Yes, will suffice. Yeah. But of course, if you want to use it to vilify people, damage people, blackmail people, if you like do things that will not help, of course this quote stands.
Wow. Tempora mutantur. Nos mutantor. Nos et mutamor in illis. Meaning times are changed. We also are changed with them. Wow.
Kabila maestro Latin.
Tempora mutantor. Nos et mutamor in illis.
Latin scholars.
Yeah.
Martin Amido Kaiser.
Let me put it in the right context. I don't think we are talking about there's too much talking. There can never be too much talking. In fact, kasa bebrea chain say benya any semblance of dangerous.
That'll be bad.
I don't think that's the point. The point is about discordant noises.
So kasa
any ininaso na like can be potting. And I was giving you an example. That's a piano and say me share idea. I said there's a competition over when a bit me can asemwa a bit quietia or more etia by me. And I said the government of the year. There's a campaign across board So people are in a rush. You get information, we won't cross check. And even when you, what the fact na man no, people are still look. I had a debate with somebody. There's a fact. What can say be asama okan no? You were contrary a view, and as will be the contrary fact about. Company me no na yen fencing se ne ani. Say de me kan ye ni de free hand ma bay. De o he and they can. Ye ni sa botre no ma ye ho because masima dwini pise. Me pesa me ya na me gu obi program no hu fi. Obi de Ekosiisen ehwase na ewu ye bi ato aso u be dru ba bi hwe be and you somebody will take over from you. For anybody to think that udi wani si obi so na udi asay on my way is it me kai and I come out didn't ya some time ago time na president mama ye president no yeah that time before mama president Mills na yeah agitations be so civil society organization campaigns be AFAC later on he let my vote count alliance that supported the Supreme Court not the Ebeye register campaign. I wasn't part of that. There were issues I had with people me crop from now be say problem na never because Atamils na president never because John Mahama na president. I disagreed with them. And some of them had issues with me. And then, you see, the Yane say, one more at that time, no money me ya adwene e wo NDC mu. And then, who are trying to say, problems of Ghana and then are there because Akufo-Addo is the president. Now me no, and then I'm not going to speak. Say problem no, it's not because it is Akufo-Addo who is the president.
They tend to agree with you today.
Today they will disagree with me, and those who were disagreeing with me yesterday. Now and then in the work of it, no much positions no.
Yeah.
One momu beka say wo na wonya. It's very funny.
Oh, near Kabila Kano, yeah, there was a response. Finance Minister Dima fix the country convenience. Or can be say, or say, hey, yen fix Ghana or no or Faso. Now, successive governments have failed us. Just a one person, and your government back on. And the man for we need ain't seen back also. That's exactly what Kabila is saying. Of course, that mindset must be clear. So 64 years down the line, government been 100% perfect. We can't get it.
You see,
but there are those who also will say,
yes,
at every point in time.
You know why people have issues with finance minister?
And why?
All Kasasano. Now what can you say? Bia, emiri bia etwam. Me koka occupy Ghana for whom I hear ne say. Hey, Mahama president inti.
No, on specific issues.
Yes, of course.
On specific issues.
But that's exactly.
But not in general.
When you are taking a principled line.
Yes.
Take that line. Are the issues resultant from the occupant of a certain position in Ghana today? One moment may aggravate, yes, but is it coming from there? Is that where it emanates from? No. If that's your position, you say my change, my position is different and run. I say me cano sronkubi and rana, and then me beg up to me dear, Mom said look, and I always the be a me papa ko for once. Obi before 2001. Mampani dada akufo na okase wonu ma omubo mampani Rollins a omubu man no na soafo no na omudoso obetimi de wo ma enti am say busumi nsiantem na obi busa no or something
na town hall meetings yeah people's assembly
mampani akufo dada akufo papa will say me nya mayor president me hu no sonko me be ye ma hu say ebia me ye chen da bia nya say nya is a crowd say ebia me hia ministers a be chen sample won wakasa in a way ajetum say I know dia na ebia ne tibia me wo mutima hu say yemfum so o kasa sa obi ni wo ba betwe anu asibone a ye be kasa na nipa no wajetum say me ne wo beko wo say me defam e den tokwa bi na wo bio. So sometimes it's about say I
don't know how you guys will see this message. Where a message from Honorable Clement Apart. Or say Obi, blame officialdom for our woes regarding Galamsey and others, including illegal harvesting and export of rosewood. Do you truly believe such destruction could happen without official complicity? The heavyweight behind these atrocities are members of the ruling elite, financiers and party people. They are known. Strangely, it's those entrusted with the power of the people to protect them and their resources / environment who directly or indirectly do these such irreparable harm. Jesus ought to come sooner than his scheduled date. God save us all. Dr. Clement Park, MP, Belsa South. And we in relation or in reaction to video I show you, and just my video no in show now a man for and show a helicopter shot of the destruction in the western and central regions. It's a video you've probably never seen before, and it's the clearest evidence yet of the destruction. To share our Facebook as we roll. But before see Beba on to Galamsey this Kabila mini way in free hotel. Meaning say you passionately follow Yenuanome war disability. Nansay me who say is it a Cropon and a Cropon school for the blind. I mean I don't know say see that but no more demonstration. And in some anam kwalani be omuposo omunyankwala. In some anam rantie na kano. I was like, wow, wait a minute. My name's a headmistress, no one so yeah.
On your blind.
On your blind.
She's not visually impaired.
Obi.
And I
well, asama boy ne kind mami sha se en kase. Adem die for kasa enwon sem kan no. De di kan. E wo ye ya mamre mu, e wa bibire mu. Se me kan akanfo. Ya kase obi adi dem a. Se bia ni nsa twa. Because on my mark B, because it mean no me will be at the mark too. And I say it me too be a su or did them. Until and yet Sebi Ubia and his secret, and I said the nine, and I said the near and I want Tiasem and I want to mean Casanqua. I dem dinner a walk a yama be brave. Sebi, Tretia, say ye will be Bema, and I say yin try, depending on which culture. It me will be in this animal. A walk near so, yeah, can't answer now. Nipa binum every fise almost ye nipa.
Ekosiisen
A big bremu ha amamremu and all cultures in Ghana, and I'm talking about Africa. Unanimity about African culture and say nipa yeno ejina niema miensa. Bako eye usunsum anase wokra. As can for canon ton. Any moja. Ana eno na omo kana busia ena de etoso miensa eye honam this body 3 things nipa wadi dem no ne personhood ana say nipa ye no ba kokran free mu owo sunsum no ana okra no owo moja no owo ofia busia mu ena osanso wo honam but nema bi akoso mresantini ni enye sebi hanko a but nema bi akoso ama yen serious hu adendifo eka wo mu bom no, and I'm arguing say abrofo no ene ye bi a wo de be fraye ama ye yi omoto 20 obi ani afra na okasa wo hwe sa video no ya boy na ma yahunu say enye obi anani hunu ade nko a na otimi ma pictorial evidence.
Of course.
Na ma memo history.
And the guy looks very intelligent.
Thank you. Movie be one my there are two Greek mythologies and answer stories. Bako ye Odyssey. And bako ye Troy. Nipa or Troy sana man your friend Homer. Homer, he was a blind guy.
Oh really?
Yeah. He was a blind guy. Now, there's something about it. Kasa afasan krofo this boy, and they will see kasa ye. Efa obi bo obi ti. Colors are what describable. They have their colors. They have their appreciation of colors. So the first point that me person say about the video, and they say the person with disability hasn't lost his or her personhood. Ni sunsum anane kra ni moja na busia ene honam no a owo no oya sonko but enti ni pa yeso de to so bio o abrante ne kansem bi efa omusuku pani ene wo musuku no ene wo mo chechirefo bi wotie kasa ni ya wo se wo mo chechirefo no bi akansem kra fa nema ekoso school mo mi we asu shefa but the edia dance pa ne say kyerɛkyerɛ ni anani afra a wo kyerɛ de wo nifrafo suku obɛpɛ anifrafo sukuufo no asɛm akyɛn head teacher and headmistress na nimfra na odi animu and I'll give you plethora of evidence and I say instances cases are one mu a wo adi dem epre yedie ma adamdifo kyɛn one mu a endi dem abakosem mu 1688 the first time in the area of philosophy you discussion on your friend saying disability krata bi a owura bi a your friend William Molineux or Troye ede koma John Locke the philosopher ebusa se obi a nani afra na ya kire no se de ade bi shape tie na wahunu se de ade ni shape ne tie through se wode ne nsa so mahu na that could be nipa nani wahunu ade wose hunu ade saa de na wode ne nsa hunu se de sitie no obetuma agina akire ahwe abra onsomu a obehu ade krode na na that problem is in philosophy called the Molineux problem. It's still being debated and discussed in the circle of philosophy.
Ekosiisen on
Put him the entire this idea and obusa as a question. Na ne yire 1 year into marriage anya nifra isumadu no. Na omo adwene ne say na ne yire ne be yeden ebehunu ade. Aye bi de binum aka ne say na ne yire no tibia wakom no and I'm out this adventure neighbor. Come recent as 1899. Over be UK friend Ben Pess. Ona ote the fair or Bobo and Crofano almost the League of Blind Persons.
Okay.
UK.
Okay.
None near Frau Copa Jumawanya. I know Tranfium I know de a home and some at the Kikankrofo ma or Mobestati, the League of Blind People, UK. Oh my ya and let me know say. November bia there's a disability friends a month in the UK we conference 2019 minya ho kwan ene omukuhyae owura na odi animu ma oyo omu secretary no ono ankasa so obi oti wheelchair mu I will push here. So I'm telling you how it is the case that persons with disability seek the interest of their own than non-persons with disability because Bob Marley can say he who feels it knows it best. Knows it best. So, over Ghana, the first effort towards disability rehabilitation, 1961, Kwame Nkrumah, or Fred Urabi Free UK, not a blind lawyer, a friend John Wilson. On the buyer by year research, Emma, between 1961 to about 66, I took Kwame Nkrumah by now. They were specialized, could not a part of the 7-year development plan. From Sabrino. There had never been any government-led program until 2006. Me can say
yes.
Boy, no, as a man walk say, one headmistress na nimfra yenti. One asem enya na sem ye no. Come on.
Yeah.
Asem say ye somu ye. They make akosi no. Ana wohwem so Ghana ye wo animdifo a wo mani afra na so mo adi demo a wo mo ye qualified say wo be di sade nani. Headmistress or head of institution. So
I get the clarity.
Yeah. This law, unfortunately, Persons with Disability Law, 2006, was setting up governing body of Disability Council.
Okay.
Membership of that council clearly instated one person as a disabled person. And Nyamaka Kramahu nipa ya appoint you to this governing councillor until tibiana nkrofo no wom no.
And this is governing council of the schools?
No. It is the act set up this council
to do what?
To see to the implementation of this law.
Okay.
Act no.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay.
And some binu one, but I'm just talking about that.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is say asem na akoso hon mo no. Boy no can be say on be school no. Mate say amanfo afa no try e de ye. E wo kwan bia so. Ma ye nhwe no sa.
Yeah.
Wati
frustration.
Yes, but no matter how frustrated you are, man suggest wrong routes. And I say crime bone so say wo de kwakoye bibi enye nti en condemn sa de no. Na ye ntu owura no for say utie video no yi a ne namfofo no bi kasa wa akire na o ka chom so mo nto mo bo na nti on use sa suban no no mfa nkasa na okun na okun no ye mu bi asom and ye be di akiri na mesre Ministry of Education. Unfortunately this act way a Ministry of Employment na sponsor here, but otwemu a interministerial, Ministry of Health room, Ministry of Education. Omo nyina omo nkamom na saa de na boy na aka no entempa ya omo nkodi akiri ne nhwe de ekoso
because some of the allegations are quite serious.
Very serious. Na nye honko a because you were one school for the blind. Oko wenchi so you was school no one more. You were deaf and dumb schools. Cape Coast, normally they keka ho bebre.
Second D, one in second D as well.
Mampani ade bi, is it last year or 2 years ago, in State of the Nation address, Kasafa, women with disability. It was one of the reasons why I campaigned for him in 2020. Yes, because a man or did them no. One more year, a special category disability for now, one more brother. Now, Sanso Yoba, are disabled. A key issue. Yamfa woman casem, but said the medical amanchiri muno. Look, one more year, Accra, Nipa, to say ya. Abibremu at the year and Tias and say, Obia, where did them no? Neso one for so or mine. Enti abako sam ekre mfasodie bebre ukọ ahemfie binom ne ade a ye wo dwumadie binom honom a obi honom a wadi dem a sebi akyame nom ne ade omo ne di sa dwuma no. In fact, ne fra bi so honom a yaka te se de obi a odi dem ni ade ne ade no so no ye gusu ye mu hwehwemu ebi ni nyina so ya mamremu
on Asempa FM.
But ye nyina no eye nema asese ye di hu nkomo me ka kosi se yanhwe wo mo asem ni ye the intine say number 1 obi population dynamics and statistics ekire say enam accident car accident enfia yedie yaduane kwan ya yefa die ene enwuma samunti nipa dodo no na wo mo yebetimi akan wo mo aka wo no mo a adidem ho enti ye ka sasem na world population ekire say about 15% estimates about 1 in every 4 houses in the world ewo obi a wadi dem enti enye nipa kuma ho asem ena ye kani ana ademdie no etimi tu obi a woto sese ayi me sabi manya akwanhia hudo bebre obi ma yusu crutches me crutches ya ye de nanti ma yusu bi matena wheelchair mu me ankasa me mofra bremu a me nyini ya me share calipers for nearly 3 years of my life. Me started primary class 1. So I have a personal interest. My maternal grandfather was blind, abled man. He was a chief. I have that. And I wouldn't say na me don amanyukobia for the first time. Yenya obia okopre mampani dibre wogan hanmo no ti huche mu of course. Enti obia etimi to no. Ono no say wouldn't say akwanhia.
Yeah, I know.
And hane de ne bae. Obi so on mani de free ni mo frabrem obi kra on ma ensu aye no. My grandfather say he wasn't born blind. But River Volta no e wo bambo side na sat bring onko sakai sisi.
Oh.
Na say minim so mo da so spray a.
I say at a point they
stopped.
Nti etimi si ana obi so wo hono mo a medication wrong prescription doctor timidian from so ema doctor from so no if me create problem ema nipa ne be yedi enti wo mo asem ka no hwe and again let me say this my papa John Ajekum Kufo papa is more than 80 years now now no mampani Dada Rollins you know well did you see that he came in a wheelchair papa nanti strong man. If I do stage, me make say
gentle giant.
Yeah. Me make say no at that age na or that's yes over 70 about 75. No to me cover still. And I make say papa I say nyamia and say Moses who died at say 120 and had not diminished in sight and in strength and all those things. So ade bia ye nyina no say ye ma sam nkrofoi omo asem nya ye pa. If you say yes oyonko da ne oda ebetimi ato me. Ena maye muo mu abomfia the young man speaking there boy no wonya ayi akwada
the clarity of thought
logic.
Argument,
Yes.
logic.
I need the flow, retentive memory.
Yeah.
You understand? Don't
Yeah.
underestimate that person.
And the more I'm person no, I've told you so the video never to see the video of the young man na on in some for Ekasa just detailing the issues or more against the headmistress of the school.
And Obi, maybe I should say this.
Obi.
I should say this to
and I'm
Captain.
told Angel Carbonu wants to make a comment quickly.
Oh, okay.
Masaya Bono ye Nagrat president, yes. Presdo, Akwaba na te saying.
Nyame adom mo hu to saying.
Nyame adom yen so ye ho ye papa. Ma te say yen komo aye de wo pese o make a quick input me entie o.
Yes. Many Kabila engaging on the issue of the guy's accusation of the headmistress on the ground said because the headmistress is not blind, she does not have the empathy to understand or to take steps to solve their problems. It is akin to say that if a Ghana is a headmaster in a Volta region, the Voltarians will say that because he's not every, he does not understand the issues. Or when you make an Nzima a minister in the northern region, then someone will say because he does not speak Dagbani or he's not a Dagoma man.
But Angel, is that not a stretch? I don't think that's what he meant. And
no, when I finish, you will understand.
Okay.
You see, the headmistress of any institution under Ghana Education Service is helpless in relation to his or her ability to mobilize resources to address the needs of any educational institution, except for the resources that have been earmarked for that institution. That institution is under Ghana Education Service. In fact, it is under the Special Education Unit of the Ghana Education Service. One of the most under-resourced units in the education mix is special education. Upa Ochina, go and look for the office of the Special Education Department of the Ghana Education Service. Honorable who say it is one of the most under-resourced departments under the Ghana Education Service. So if the resources are not flowing to the institution, it is not the doing of the headmistress or the headmaster of the school. In fact, Adibakwa educationists are taking decision worldwide. It's all-inclusive education, where we try as much as possible to reduce special schools and make all special needs students part of the general education system. The reason is that a special needs student do not have sympathy and to be treated equally like any other student. And we realize that they are able to grow and develop when they are not given any special dispensation or pity because they are disabled. So please, if the boy is a student ought not to be making those statements. And we treat him like we treat any other student under the disciplinary rules that he should know as a leader.
No, but Angel, which of the statement and the one said they will burn down the school, or which one, or the allegations?
The statement that because the headmistress is not blind, he is not taking steps to solve their problem.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a wrong statement. And we don't have to encourage it. Because if we put it under the general mix of somebody saying that Kabila Enya is Beninti, so the Kabila called Volta regional. Kabila's attitude towards Voltarians will not be good. But we have records in this country where people like Kenya Minyola and Kabori have come from different places and have developed other paths. So if the boy has made a wrong thing...
Okay, Angel, Angel, mame 30 seconds. Kabila so also make some clarity into Tieno.
Yes.
Kabila, yes.
Angel.
Yes.
Senior, I beg you. You are stretching it to a point that I never insinuated that. This analogy of Obi Nyega on Tiga for interest, far from that. That's not what I said. Me say, one more adi dem no. One more be at several interest better. And I'm talking about empirically established facts. Is it true or not? Say boy ne kasa no say. Wo mu cheche ni bia ono so ni efra no. Wo ka wo mu asema ma ya punishing that. It's worth investigating. Is it true? Is it true also that madam no only them? Is it true? And I'm telling you based on empirical facts.
Okay.
Kabila.
Clarity noted. Angel, yes, to us.
Kabila, let's say there is no ramp to the dormitory of the students. If we don't investigate to get the reason why the ramp is not there, we cannot blame that on the fact that the woman is not disabled. It may be because the superiors of the woman were not coming forth with the resources to do that. The same challenges that we have in almost every secondary school. Because today, that boy is still going to be under the headmistress. That boy is still going to take instruction from that headmistress. So when he makes that statement against the headmistress, naturally, it brings him at loggerheads with the headmistress. That's all that I'm saying.
How about the allegations? Laptop donations, tablet donations to the school for the students. No baby or monsa anka. Oh, how about those?
No, yes. As for that one, if it is true that you are donating items to the school, I know that school very well, and I can assure you that the school is very under-resourced. This same Ghana Education Service, they sent me to the United States. I went and studied Gallaudet University. You can Google Gallaudet University. It's a university of disabled. What we are doing here, we are joking with the lives of our disabled. I agree. I also agree that if any teacher or management have tampered with items donated to the school, those people should be sanctioned. But I don't agree when the young man says that because the woman is not disabled, he does not have empathy for disabled people. That I have a challenge with.
Okay, Angel, my nasi Bibiania will come back to you. Why?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a pan. I'm sure. Inti Bremu, come on. Yes.
Okay, matters ya. The Akwalana Kano, Sene Kabile Kano, is wet.
Investigating.
Asema Angel Kabonu Kase CA. All Kase. A drew baby about laptops here will be sanwa or say a sadie or say they say we are all here and speculating until investigation establishes say when akwalana or kayano a yampa and answer enye. You see, there's some sense of negligence impugned by the boy. Officer ebia ye de no biaba. Ye cry or say ye benefit no ye enko and credit donations of such so and answer enko. Before we speak to it, and again, you see the gumba for can be almost say so you Muhammad the Bobjera Obi Ekro Ube who say Koko sa who adwumu enye ya enye wu kro no eda obi nan so a wo hwe who say Koko keke enye ya until say onu na beka cho say kro a wo hwe eye me ya papa. That seals the analogy of Kabila. You see, empathy, you can, if you like, create it and genuinely create it. Empathy, you can also fake it. What you say? But you see, where you wouldn't be able to fake empathy, you say, you
also feel it.
You also feel it. At that moment, no one would even say you are, if you like, faking empathy. What you say? So, of course, Kabila has made an analogy. Say, with a great respect, one can say, young common headmistress, no, and a headmaster, no, on yes, a binipa or suffer disability. That's not what he's saying. But of course, it's not suffered as it were. And who is physically challenged?
Yeah.
You see, you know, one casa. But office say, sometime, no, say, who situation be more, Otia say more. A chain, Sebi, Obia, on this situation. And I want to agree with him to a very large extent.
I was even speaking to
clearly. Into your Kafani say, Ebia, we are as a advocacy for say such institutions, special institutions in Intino. I was saying Nipa also special conditions. Lydia, I don't think that is what we were trying to say here.
Okay.
But you see,
I even talked about
but
the
the
governing
act.
council,
but medicine,
which is not a particular
yes,
institution.
medicine. Nka mesre. Aban bi aba or yebi.
Yeah.
Mekai said this assembly common fund krana yedi me. Some percentage of it I was say equal to persons with such, if you like.
Of course.
No,
Na
assembly-
ye 2.5,
Yeah,
right?
no,
about 3.
below that. And I am buying way.
About 3.
From 2007.
Yeah.
And no crown, any act we move. Executive decision
By the president.
From President Kufuor time no and MSNA 2.5
Yeah.
and Mapeni Akufo
And now they are about 3.
Omodi about 3%.
Almost about 3%.
Are they about 3%?
Yeah.
I
Let
mean,
me check.
to me, it's still inadequate.
Yeah.
Oh, because it can answer common fund.
Saying.
Oh,
And even that. Why should it
Now
not?
that 3% in Buenco.
Why should it? Why, no,
Assemblies
but
need
say the assembly ni sika.
Assemblies need been tia.
and they will tia- that- this complains about-
Adentina sa sika no. Ye did like ye contingent on assembly no chef and wanya.
Yeah.
Na mom at source. Na ember through the governing council.
Okay.
The funding of this council na nkasa kra no.
we should
make
we should look at
we should look at it.
Funding issue.
So I also want to
I'm
agree with
talking
Mr. Inji Kabono.
Yeah.
Or can't say, the special institutions here, they are very challenged.
Very.
Resources, they only need be back.
Very.
But of course, entire education sector, no, area, I will say, especially that area. Because in developed nations, of course, they didn't joke with such. On my cry, we don't even think of them. Where they won't find chairman, maybe I don't know whether there's access.
Would
Of,
be the AOB?
why you be on?
There be a
Ah.
free-
Ebi mun yɛ ramps.
No, this building the AOB.
This building will be other
Yeah,
buildings
like
Obi,
your friend
Obi.
the friend is simple.
Obi.
Disability
Ramp,
route.
no.
Friendly. And the AOB had the AOB.
Dabi na would that be trying me ba? Who rap mo building?
Yes.
We rap
Reception hall.
access to come up.
Okay, access here. Yeah, that one I agree.
Nti
That
Who
one I
want
agree.
reception in there? Who will access?
That one I agree.
Now
That
what
one
through
I
reception
agree.
now? There's a challenge. I say, whoa, these are things.
time if you say yeah say yama wo mo asem aye an afterthought. Na me ya angel. Oh, you see just to say something.
But Kabila unim interest was our discussions with
Nti empeta ya.
Honorable Amma Dokua. Unim say school ne war. I think if we are
Okay,
North
Pimp,
constituency.
yes.
In the Honorable Amma Dokua say she has a point to make. Yes, Member of Parliament. Honorable Akwa Banapom to saying.
Obi nyame adom brɛ na nso e
Nyame adom yɛn nso yɛ ho yɛ papaapa. We de enwume yɛ kɔgyina wo constituency kakra. Nkɔmɔ a yɛdi Kropon School for the Blind in nsɛm a yɛkɔ so wɔ hɔ na also wɔ bibi kakra ɛka me pacho me yɛntie o.
Obi we de Kabila asɛm bi ɔkae me sɛ Angel Kabunua responded from that angle. Nti nka ɛho nhia sɛ mɛsan touch on it. Because Sasemi see say Friday. Friday me wɔ hɔ na menya ante sɛ near Kosovo School for the Blind ni. Before then no na ɛho nsɛnsɛm back and forth brew kakra. Nti Friday no na afei metee no na ɛnyɛ me nwa bebree. The first thing I may in say me free headmistress and Bisani say, is there anything new? And I say the old story no say and no pay was sorry, this was what had the students had decided to do. Timene headmistress Dean Komuri, na me free education director or municipality. And also mene kata share how we'll be able to find a solution to Sardina. And from unknown point of view, no, students need be abaneho. I better return says when headmistress Nedia, we be making sure that we be transfer or no education director no FE district in. Into this issue, there are a lot of things. Headmistress ne kind from this side. I don't think say it would be good to say medicine in a better thing on the media say. And there are other sides of the coin and so education director and so I also don't think say it's for public consumption. But I think say really I say it's me some sort of investigations into this. Abante no raises some issues. Headmistress also raises some issues. Education director raises some issues. But in the first place, young media for now wants to walk on. I'll say bia one answer that any young emrane so kakra. Anya she krano in Kamun Kobo education director manesi yakakoye some sort of research and not a most students be atun suffering. But nothing of that. Inti ushe the whole thing now. There are a lot of niemebia ekoya and koni obia one complaint. But me the anyamini headmistress no NAT school. But every time Mako school honum unannounced bian ushe only students no attenema man now so that is that say you bet me enya sa issues ya wonge raising. But I never wanna raise, I think say it is food for thought. And I say yet me investigations. Boko even in their meals are yenim say on regular schools, say boarding schools near they won't do was this woman and sure say why she maybe me when they say from my angle, me when they say or some sort of empathy for Mofrano. The Monday before one demonstration, stakeholder consultative meeting. Mami presentation and in your more kind and in your more raising consent and your ma officially say at the bois school na officially say as a community embrace na yambuano to resolve no. Nina already. But as to say, or is what the near mother saying yang what the near mother saying yang a honor the ABA ye be here some sort of investigation. But taking care of Nipa Ankasa yen saying easy. Nipa enye visually impaired Ankasa, taking care of them enye easy. Not let alone Abia one visually impaired Abia they may not be able to see and understand things from the perspective of young yet me huno. Meka shows him mameno obi beche won nanchi nina. Sometimes the school for the blind nipa koye a lot of donations so there are times how kono obi akwache won nanchi no na welcome na what the soup and fufu for all for the kids. But there be wo hono so a ye beja tum say inka ebia diversification between happen. It's mesre a lot of these things they are not going too well. Maybe ahimfi kakra minini metim penyin sembi say sushefa ohwe womwa. I believe say it is the investigation. And a bit me am both sides na obia story or one abele be na yenga no career wo ni etimi take decision a bit me aboa ama institution no etimi aye management so
honorable you better say, but I think on the part of the media no even so say maybe just maybe say media need go through the route you suggest say official channels near the ebianke yenya story we ama me generated this national discussion nyame ya adoma ebetimi ama nyoma awie yi because I mean let's face it say ebiomu go through the director of education near there access to the student probably will not have been given in all things we should probably give thanks. Na yenda media and so as so metimi ewrem ami enya story we ya be national discussion. Why?
Obi hono de ebia na me disagree kakra because me hono say no I have about 9 secondary schools in Meme Kwame constituency. Say yakasi the 2 special schools near Kahwa near number 11 and some private secondary school institution. Mehonon is the first place a teacher training institution. It tells you the kind of workforce that I usually have. Mm-hmm. Almost a good percentage of young workforce into education. Into issues of education are almost always topical. It is a near money biwo. Not a young me am exhausted internal protocols na ebia media offering no you unim say this is the router SLFA and sana do honum and then you don't go ahead with it but wankasa werem wakwakoye and you've been able to publish it. I don't think it's helping anybody, but rather someone become a education director and Amma on also next to it. Anana on also had started dealing with it. And then this one came in. And sometimes, the internal protocol, exhaustia, a better in trying to resolve some of these issues. Mami semi our babeki, obi ohonoma wati or in follow up. Baby, our investigation, baby, not a tem inima, not just a media nama, mofano platform, the amount can send be Ediago Mamini Hufia. Mammy Ebiana went near and redeeming him. For me, it would have only been better say, the right protocols. No, I exhausted before the money to Honoma, the Ababe Tuga.
Okay, Honorable, we can always agree to disagree. Mammy Nasi, you ever seen a Comobio? Why? Medase, I mean, sure. And the Honorable Nana. Dokua Esiama Eje MP Ekwapem North and Amoten and Kano. Fortunately, I want a constituent Bakua and him so MP no. MP na aka say right? And school for the blind. We are familiar with the school. Ewe Kropon.
Papa.
In your months where the tree.
Me share the nichi Kasibia side.
Oh, okay. But I know what you are hearing, right?
Obi asembia eba abotu nipan eyewo. Utie nkomodini senia ekona. Asembia eba abotu nipan eyewo. That is entisen kasa na eba nene nsaba. Nia mesra kan ho ne se prempren yebenya abotere kakra na hwehwe motimi akoso yi. Akosiase ebia school ni nasem okano ebia no kwa kakra bi obabi ebia no disema nasa no yi aba fi head teacher na headmaster no so ebia na no kwa kakra bi wo ni nyina beba be wie se wo ye adisuafo wo ye adisuani a wonni ahofama bebre wo school mu enti edu ba bia na se Brasili bakaka. Kusi na ahia sebi o. Yebeka na nso wo ngasetenam. Wo de tutu ye nga yetimi edi akone abantemtem na. Nti edu bebi a ye de thing bi aka so special school. Chese wo hia special attention. Chese o man no so ngase wo niama bebre mu. Obi mi pese me pente me bua. Ya meka ne se wo ma adwobro emrem MP so akana dwen na ontua na mong tra bia ne kasa na du no ne yɛhwɛ betimi aso ano ntem enu echi no wa misam se na mapo mote ada wona me wasam ana
oh me say na wasam
so hu mi ache
me hwa atare e hye wo hwe maybe I was space hye ne ade a metimo se chale me o me koye ma
mo medase onze nia menu akamba ezabisa ozo wa sheda na
nipa things are good for him already now person san kana obia who say these things are really good for him working up well on who say they were not brightening the way why come out
shirts never maybe I will shirts so shining your bad. No, any guy.
Any piece you. Guy pa.
Obi.
Guy.
Me that's it. Namo kamala ya di mama ira ho papa.
Oh.
Ade ira ho ne senko kasa ma ban. Na se senko mani da so koma nipa beye pepepe echi.
Etie no.
Etie no. Namo menkwa sa mpampo se no ka no. Ye mi ye dia. Wenye dia nka me di no gina saka se na niema ko ya na. Obi sabra ye woma aban ya yi nani ato nchen na ommodin enhwe se nti petro bua na ekosuri ebetimi ama obi ho ahenhan nana Obi. I won.
Enim.
Ye were bra, emu ye din. Me just Obi Sam kwan so me boa.
No, me busa school for the blind.
Makasa wie de daw.
Me das. And mama nya we man am found chance.
That's nchia asem de wonchia.
What ye we?
Wonchia me.
What ye we? Me hu sa won ho ye nyame nhira o. Se waje ye so atimi aba. Be na nim PS ne ye tin nka no.
No say adwuma ne ye de.
Omo fifi a no wa hye de o meka de da o.
Se oba na de ngama.
Ekosiisen high Asempa FM. I'll come back. Trouble. Enye dey. Meba.